Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's William back, and by the way, happy Throwback NASCAR weekend, or happy NASCAR Throwback weekend. And in honor of being Throwback weekend at Darlington, we're going to be doing a review on a somewhat throwback. It is the King Richard Petty's 1978 to 79. It's one of those 2 years, not quite sure, but I believe it's 1979. STP Monte Carlo. If you're wondering how I got this, where I got this like 6 years ago at a Target, and it was like a part of the Winner Circle line. Winner Circle at the time, I think, did like retro NASCAR diecast, and they had this one, and it came with like a little magnet, which unfortunately at the time I don't have, but it was a part of a Winner Circle line that I got at my Target like, I don't know, like 6 years ago, so I'm not even sure if you can still find it. It's a little beat up in certain places, but it's still, I think, good enough condition to do a good, honest diecast review with. So let's get right into it here. We've got our front bumper of a old Monte Carlo. Like I said, I believe it's from 1979. So you can see there it is, a paint chip right there. There's actually quite a few paint chips on this front bumper. Not because that's how it came, but because I played with it a little bit when I was younger, and it got a little beat up, but no big deal. But we've got 43 there, and STP, and you realize too there's no headlight decals back then. Just, you know, just the markings of where they would be, but that was how it was back in the old days of NASCAR. STP there on the hood, and what I actually kind of like is, again, this not beat up by design, but the way it looks, with the way it looks beat up, it gives it like a vintage look, and I actually think it's kind of neat. Though it's not supposed to look like this, I still think it actually kind of looks neat. And then we come up here, of course, no names on the windshield, because they didn't have names on the windshield back in the 70s. Alright, coming down the left side here, we've got the white rims on the Goodyear Eagles there, and the white Goodyear lettering like they're doing this weekend at Darlington for the throwback weekend. We've got Goodyear over the wheel well. Not our normal contingencies. We've got, in a way, we've got our throwback contingencies. If you can see my air quotes back there, we've got Union 76 Moog Champion 76 fuel again. STP, I can't even tell what that one is below it, or any of the other ones, sorry about that. Then we've got 43 there on the door, nothing in front of the rear wheel well. We've got STP on the side quarter panel. I guess it's more so on the quarter panel. We've got Gabriel and Southern Pride there on the C-pillar. Nothing on above the window net. On the roof, once again, a little beat up, but we've got the 43 there on the roof. Coming around the back bumper, no back bumper sponsor, just an STP over here, 43 over here. Nothing on the deck lid. And then this side's the same as the left, and you can see there's a better view of the car. Not really, barely any contingency sponsors or regular sponsors for that matter, really just STP logos. And of course, you know, a classic paint scheme. Eric Almirola is actually driving this same paint scheme on his number 43 this weekend at Darlington. And it's kind of cool. I thought that would also be kind of cool because this paint scheme is actually being run as a Darlington throwback scheme on one of the cars this weekend. And that's Eric Almirola, as I just said. And what I also like looking at this too is, like, there's barely any sponsors of the car. Just really harkens back to the old days of NASCAR, where, you know, you were just fighting to even stay, you know, you're on a tight budget, just trying to go out and race, just because you loved it. And even if you didn't have the money, that's all you wanted to do as a racer. And you can, of course, too, this is a classic paint scheme, as I just said. We've got that Petty blue on there with basically just a red stripe outlined in white. Going down the side of the car here, and then on the roof we've got basically, again, what look like just two red stripes go from the deck lid up to the roof, down the hood, and they actually kind of connect to here, back on the deck lid, and then they go, like I said, just side by side with each other. Other than that, it's just really a blue car, but this is definitely a classic NASCAR throwback paint scheme for sure. Obviously, because it's being run as a throwback paint scheme. And again, it's a little simple, but simple can sometimes create the best paint schemes that NASCAR has ever had. I mean, just look at the rainbow. I'm not sure how basic that really was, or even look at the Wood Brothers 21. Those are some great schemes, and I'm getting a little off topic now. But I hope you all enjoyed this diecast review. As I said in the beginning, enjoy NASCAR Throwback Weekend at Darlington. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all later.